Hello, I'm also doing a Georgian knife box, Georgia III knife box, and there are an awful lot of these in England, and they are really good value at the moment. They're sort of cheaper than they have been for 20 or 30 years, and they're so Georgian and they're so beautiful. And this one, for example, dates from around 1790, could be a little bit earlier, and it has all the things you want from a Georgian knife box. You have the slanting lid. You have the shell inlay inside the lid. You've got a fitted interior. Now this is not an original fitted interior. Someone's had it changed and lined with baize so that it takes their canteen. Often they're made into stationery boxes, for example, but so it's not the original, but never mind, it's okay. There's a little piece of wood for there. So we have quite a large Georgian knife box. It's got three hinges. That's unusual. Usually they have two. They may or may not be the original hinges. I think they probably are, looking at them. There's some damage here, which has been fairly skillfully replaced, and the grain on this side runs like that. On the front, you've got a fantastic serpentine front with unusually double herringbone here. Sometimes they just put it on the edges and around the bottom, but that's beautiful. It's a bit more there in terms of inlays than you usually get. It doesn't have a shell, as is often the case, but it has a very unusual piece of mahogany veneer. That's plum pudding veneer, plum pudding veneer, P-L-U-M. P-U-D-D-I-N-G. So you've got plum pudding veneer, you've got this herringbone trim, stringing, you've got crossbanding as well. That's not common. It's not stringing, it is crossbanding, meaning veneer on the crossbanding is running inwards. It's not running along. The wood on the crossbanding is going to be something like ebony, walnut, boxwood, harewood. So that's quality, really good quality. And in the herringbone stringing, you're going to have something like ebony, satinwood, or maple, boxwood, harewood, something like that. So lovely thing. The grain on the back runs sideways. On the bottom, you have an unfinished, unvarnished piece of mahogany, flame mahogany. Beautiful OG feet, O-G-E-E, OG feet, bracket feet. Sometimes they have them on the corners, they put one in the front. Not always done like that. Lovely, intact. On the front you've got silver mounts, you've got a solid silver handle, you've got an escutcheon and a shield in silver. The shield has got a quite intricate heraldic device with stars and birds. I don't know who it is. It's quartered and then quartered again. It's not got a monogram on it or someone's initials, so it's more saleable. If it has an initials on it, if these have initials on, then sometimes people are put off by having other people's initials. So it hasn't got initials, though it has got a family crest of some sort. So I like the box. It's a bit bigger than usual. You can get quite small ones. Most of them are not quite as big as that. The patina is very good. The damage is marginal, not enough on the front. The veneer has stretched and split in a few places, as you'd expect. You can see on the top there is deformation here where the mahogany underneath has shrunk and the veneer therefore has changed shape. So here the solid mahogany runs sideways, the grain, but on the top this plum pudding veneer covers the solid mahogany. They're lovely things, they're handsome things. There would have been two of these probably, and there are other types of knife box apart from the canteens, which are like a normal box with trays. You can get knife urns where you have literally an urn on a little foot and a top which lifts off. So there are knife boxes, there are knife urns, there are canteens of cutlery, and they're important items. It has got a lock in it, the key is missing, The lock itself is a curved metal handmade lock in brass, and the idea with these, like a tea caddy, is that it stops the staff from stealing the cutlery. The cutlery might have been silver handled cutlery, for example. So it's a very old item, beautiful thing. Sometimes when you see pairs for sale, they're matched pairs, meaning they are either two similar knife boxes which have been put together and refinished together to make them look the same, or they are an example of someone who's bought a knife box off a cabinet maker who has then gone back and bought another one from the same person later, and they invariably are slightly different sizes. So if you have a pair, stand them back to back, check the lid is the same height here, check the slant is the same height here. So that's how you find out if they're a pair or not. Obviously, look at the size as well. You can't easily see if they're not a pair, if they're a matched pair, because they would be displayed on a sideboard separately. They wouldn't necessarily be together. So it's an English knife box. Lovely, lovely things, beautiful things. Thanks for looking. Thank you.